Well, hey, folks, and welcome to a very special edition here, going live in honor of the month of love. I even put on my pink top just to honor, we're in the month of February. Valentine's Day is just around the corner. And for some people, it's amazing. For others, maybe not so much, right? Maybe you're in a relationship that you're struggling with. Maybe your needs are not getting met. Maybe you're contemplating leaving or ending your relationship, wondering whether it can be salvaged or improved. Maybe the relationship you're struggling with is the one with yourself that you're looking right into the mirror at. And so, because it's February, because it's the month of love, and because Valentine's Day is just around the corner, I thought I'd bring on a really amazing friend and colleague of mine, Risa Gaull. She's a relationship coach. She's more than just a relationship coach, though. She's a self-love coach. She's an award-winning speaker. She's the creator of the program Freedom from Codependency, the self-love solution, and she's helped hundreds of women get clarity around self-love, to make the decisions that they need to make to decide what's right for them and be able to create the authentic, fulfilling relationships, not only with themselves, but with the people in their lives, and relationships that are going to last and stand the test of time, right? So I'm super excited to have you here, Miss Risa, to share your expertise in the month of love with my audience. Welcome to the show.
Thanks, Kim. Thanks, everyone. Nice to be here. Thanks so much for
Yeah.
having me.
Awesome. I love it. So, why don't we just jump right in? First of all, a little bit kind of about, maybe a bit more about you, right? That was a pretty quick little intro, but why don't you tell us a little bit about your background and kind of how you came to be doing this work in self-love and relationship coaching?
Yes, thank you for asking. So, it's really through my own life experience, having struggled with that my whole life. Like, how do I really love myself? I remember being in college and just thinking, like, God, like, why can't I just like myself? And just, it's just been sort of a lifelong journey, but really it's through the experience I had in my marriage. I was married to a very nice man who struggled with a very bad problem with alcoholism and depression. And he relapsed about 7 years into our marriage. And it wasn't until that happened that I didn't realize how much I was really still depending on him, and how codependent the relationship was. I was just so depending on him for my just that sense of security, that sense of love, that approval, that validation. And so that was really, really the experience that allowed me to take a deeper dive and to get some deeper support, some deeper facilitated inner transformational work on how to really release the patterns that were at the root of the challenges really that I had been experiencing all my life. And how do I really come into good, right, loving relationship with myself? And so then I became certified in that modality as a transformational life coach. And so it's been a lifelong journey, and it's just through my experience, through all the research I've done, through all the women that I've been working with over these past several years, that, we've all heard it. You got to love yourself before you can love anyone else, right? But that's true. But how do you do that? So that's the work.
Yeah, right. And I think about it like, yeah, how do you stay happy and stay in a space when the people around you are spiraling, right? And that does come from within. And I love that it doesn't, you're not dependent on the other person to be happy. You're dependent on you to be happy. It doesn't mean that obviously you don't want the other person to be happy and that you can work on things together, but it all starts with that inner game, as in everything in life, right? As in your health, as in your wealth, as in your business. So I love that you're working with people to help them navigate this kind of challenging topic of how do you do all the stuff. So what about some tips, right? So if somebody's watching, like if you're watching actually right now, whether it's live or on the replay, say hi to Risa and I love hearing and watching your comments afterwards. And if you are somebody who's struggling in your relationship right now, and it's that time of year where you kind of start thinking about those things, of course, because Valentine's Day is right around the corner. And how do you celebrate this day of love when you're thinking to yourself, God, my relationship is miserable. Like, I'm not even sure I want to be in this relationship. What are some tips that you might have to help somebody navigate that, right? Um, or somebody who's struggling, what could they do? Some quick tips to help.
Yeah, thank you for asking that. I know Valentine's Day, it brings up a lot of it's one of those Hallmark triggering holidays, right?
Yeah,
But
triggering. Yeah.
so whatever your situation, if you're single, you're feeling like, I don't have the love I want, or you're in a relationship and it's not the love that you want right now, I will tell you the first thing that we need to do, like we were saying, it really just comes back to ourselves. And so that's what I would invite you to do. And it may seem a little bit counterintuitive if you're in a relationship and you're not happy. And it's like it's so easy to get focused on everything that's not working in that other person and everything they're doing that's making you unhappy, and try to fix it and change them and make it be different. And we all know how well that works, right? So
Yep.
right. So what do we got to do instead? I really, this is the first thing that I really recommend to all my clients and the women that I work with, is just for now, if we can just kind of take a breath and set it down and just get the focus off everything that's not working, and just bring our attention back to ourselves, bring our focus back to ourselves. And I know that's sometimes easier said than done, but if you want, we could even just take a moment and do a little process. Would you like to just take a
I
moment?
would love to. That sounds amazing.
Just,
Yeah.
yeah, because we just got to get out of our head. And how do we really come back to ourselves? How do we really do that? So if you want to just try it with me right now, just put your hands
Yeah.
on your heart. If you can see, hands on your heart, and just take a moment to relax and breathe. You can close your eyes if you like, or just bring your attention within yourself for a moment as you breathe and relax. And just by putting your hands on your heart automatically calms your nervous system. They've actually done studies. It stimulates your oxytocin, your happy hormones. And so just taking a nice deep breath, bringing our awareness, let's just drop our awareness down into the center of our chest. Just that area behind your hand, just getting out of our head, bringing your awareness into your heart area. And just breathe into your heart as if you could breathe right in through the backs of your hands. And releasing on the out breath. Just taking a few nice full breaths, just feeling into your heart, your beautiful heart. And just knowing that is your place of peace, of truth, of higher wisdom, higher knowing, the truth of who you are. And just knowing in this moment, right here, right now, coming back into presence right now, right here, I am okay and all is well. And just give yourself a little love, a little healing, a little appreciation for who you are as a beautiful human. And then maybe you want to even just imagine swallowing that love down, letting your hands slide down the front of your body to rest on your lower stomach, your center, and just drink it down like a warm drink of sunshine in your belly. All good love, all pure positive energy, nourishing the whole body, the whole soul, knowing you are loved, you are lovable, and all is well. And then whenever you're ready, you can just gently bring your attention back. Let us know how you feel. What's that? We a little more calm.
Yeah, that felt great. Even just do that a couple of times a day and just bring yourself back to, that calming energy of just being able to breathe and let everything else in the world go. I love that, Risa. Thank you. That's fabulous.
So,
Yeah.
like, just to share this, another really like a quick thing is just even in any time, any moment that you're feeling any negative emotion, you can just ask yourself. This is my favorite question, the bottom line go-to question: what do I need to do right now to just take care of myself? Maybe I need to just stop and breathe for a minute. Maybe I need to
Yeah.
walk out of this room. Maybe I need to go outside. Maybe I need to eat. I don't know. go to the bathroom. You know, what do I need to
Yeah.
do right now? Just take care of myself. And so, yeah, so it's getting the focus back on ourselves. And it's not to say that you should be accepting any kind of unacceptable behavior, that you shouldn't ask for what you want. But um, that's really like the first step for interrupting the negative dynamics, whatever's happening. Um, just to get our attention off the problem, because we're just kind of adding fuel to the fire, like how you what you focus on expands.
Yep.
So yeah, so just that's what I would invite you as a first step. Just, if you can just stop for now, what do I need to do to take care of myself? I might not like this situation, but I can take care of myself in it. What do I need to do for me to just be
Yeah.
happier right now, right here today?
Right now, take a
Mm.
few deep breaths, get back into your body, and what's one thing you can do right now? Those are two really fabulous tips. Thank you, Risa. I love that. I love that about you, that you can just kind of like take everything away, and your voice is just so calming too. That it just makes it feel really, really great. What about what would you say are the most important things that women need to know to experience the love that they want, right?
Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, so we're already kind of hitting on it. We said it's really the core. If we want to experience that authentic, fulfilling, loving relationship, it really does start with our own relationship with ourselves. I always say, unless you're in right relationship with yourself, no relationship's ever going to be right. That's what I learned. Nobody can do that for you. It's really first and foremost is our own ability to be in loving relationship with ourselves. And that's the biggest mistake that I made, and that I pretty much see everybody making across the board. And we're just looking to others for some sense of security, some love, some approval. And it's I call it normalized codependency, because we're kind of taught that culturally too. It's like, well, you need someone, you need that other half to make you whole. Or even now it's like pressure. Oh, well, if you're not in a relationship, then you can't be happy. Well, though, that's not really true, and
Yeah.
I'm living proof of that right now at the moment. But and so it's really the three keys for a healthy relationship. So that's one. It's like, we've got to come to it from a place of that sense of wholeness within who we are. As if we're coming into it from a place of need, from I need someone to fill some void in me or to make me happy, then we're setting ourselves up for disappointment, and it's always just going to be not a really healthy dynamic. And so that's one. And then just knowing your partner's not your source. It's not just, for me, it's also understanding who are you really. It's like Wayne Dyer would say, you're not a human having a spiritual experience, you're a spirit having a human experience. And so for me, just cultivating that connection with the divine, whatever your understanding of that is, whatever that means to you. But just for me, that's really an essential part, is just having some sense of, I am being loved. I am lovable. I'm being loved by something greater than myself. I love this quote. There was some quote I saw that said, "How cool is it that, when God created the world," or whatever, whatever word you want to use there, and looked around and said, "Oh, we need mountains here and trees here. And how cool is it that God thought that God needed one of you too in the world." Right?
Yeah.
So we're all, it's like, if we can get back in touch with that truth of who we are, because we all have our self-judgment, our limiting beliefs. And this, we could talk for days about just these patterns and attachment styles, and like how we develop all of this, these patterns and these limiting beliefs. And that's really the transformational work that I've done with myself, and that I now do with others. But just knowing that your partner's not your source.
Yeah.
And yeah, and communication really is the bridge between you. But it starts with us and just coming into good, right, loving relationship with ourselves. So I don't know if that's helpful or not, but
Yeah,
that's
definitely. And I know I've been through going through that as well, right? I'm at the point where I love hanging out with myself, and I'd rather actually be with myself than be with the wrong other human, right? Like
mhm,
I'm alone, but I am 100% not lonely. I've got great friends, I've got
mhm,
great relationships, and um, there's nothing that will keep me in a space where it's not nurturing and loving to myself. And now I just know that because I know what I'm willing and able to tolerate, right? What are my needs?
mhm,
I've identified those. I know what I'm looking for. I also know what I'm not willing to tolerate. I know what my boundaries are. And when you understand all of that stuff, it's really easy because it either fits into the box or it doesn't, right?
mhm.
So
Beautiful.
I love it. Now I know we're not going to unpack how to figure all this out in a 15-minute live on social media, but I know you have another step if somebody was looking to get more information, to take a little bit of a deeper dive, to figure out how to kind of bite into some of these tools and steps that you've talked about. You've got a free workshop coming up, and can you tell us a little bit about that and how people could join you in taking another step and exploring this further on how to get the clarity that they need, right? Or the love that they want. If you're watching live or on the replay, Risa's got an amazing workshop coming up. Tell us a little bit about it, Risa.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks, Kim. It's going to be the 3 keys to get the clarity you need and the love you want. February 13, 14, and 15. I purposely did it around Valentine's Day because we're going to take a deep dive into all this stuff we're talking about. We're going to talk about how to avoid the number one mistake that women make when they're trying to get their needs met in their relationships. Really, what is the secret to releasing the patterns that are at the root of the challenges we're experiencing? How to know if it's possible for things to improve. I'm going to share what I call my relationship clarity process with people because the relationship, it really is like a dance. And so that's the idea, is when we start to show up differently, we change the dance. And so it's going to be really empowering, really transformational. You're going to come away with a lot of concrete tools so that you can just kind of release a lot of frustration and come into a more peace, get on the path to finding the peace and the clarity you need, because you're going to understand there's actually a process that you need to go through to get to that place of real clarity. And so that you can make those clear, empowered decisions and know that you can be happy no matter what ends up happening in your relationship, because you're coming into good, right, loving relationship with yourself and some understanding I'm going to also share my model for creating a healthy relationship that most people don't know about. And so getting the tools to really create those loving, supportive relationships you want. It's going to be really powerful, really transformational. So thank you for sharing that. Definitely click that link if you want to come on over and join us. Be happy to
Yeah,
see
absolutely.
you.
And so, folks, this 3 keys to get the clarity you need, the love you want. It's a 3-day workshop happening over the Valentine's Day, so February 13th, 14th, and 15th. There is a link to register both in the caption, so in the description of the video. There is also a link to register in the comments, so you can't miss it. It's 100% free for you to join. Take that next step, right? Give yourself your very own Valentine's Day gift this year. And that's the gift of love, right? The gift of love for yourself. Get on the other side of your struggling relationship. Get that clarity that you're looking for on whether I'm sorry. I mean, I kind of have to, I love your whole motto of, right, should I stay or should I go? Of course, the song pops into my head immediately, which is probably part of your brilliant marketing. But, if you're struggling in your relationship right now, you deserve love. You are love, right? You are amazing. You are worthy. You are enough. And I hope that you will give yourself this gift of love to yourself this Valentine's Day. Register for the 3 keys to get the clarity you need and the love you want with Risa, February 13th and 15th. The link to register in the caption and in the comments below. I can't wait to
Yep,
see you
and it's
there.
just an hour a day. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yep. 3 hours to transform
Mm-hmm.
your loving relationship with yourself and with others. So please, I hope to see you there. Risa, thank you so much for coming and sharing your wisdom, your knowledge, and your expertise and your love with my audience. I love you. Until next time, folks, stay safe, stay strong, stay positive.